it's so simple. A lot of people would have spent £500,000 drawing it, you know, and it would look different. It would definitely look different, but I can't imagine that it would have any more or less impact. That door will suddenly open, lighting us. As we come down there, the lights will snap off.
Yes.
While you stay there, I'll just show you what the action will be. This whole thing. Both of us come back here. Kids can't die in films, can they? No, but they can be very ill. We see her go back in. We move forward, turn the light on. So now, right, this is the time, come on. We come down here. We reach here. The lights snap off.
No, I've always wanted to direct and I've directed things in the past.
And this one sort of fell into my lap, really. I mean, I kind of pushed it into my lap.
Well, I have to say he's my best friend. Otherwise he'd kick my teeth in.
And then I don't put my 2 pennyworth in with Aid because he'll just shout at me.
Aid knows very well what he wants. That's very good for me. It's my first movie, so I'm a bit, you know. But he knows exactly what he wants, and he's very calm. I think he's good. He's got an eye on everything.
Because when you write a thing, it's just a code for some kind of joke that you've got in your head, and you can see it in your head. If you talk to the designer, you talk to the cameraman, and you talk to yourself, and I'm very easy to argue with. It's just it's actually really so much easier.
He's the human being on the planet who I fear most, I dislike the most. He's without doubt the most violent, unpleasant human being on the planet, and any other animal.
I think there's a great sense of respect for Aid, you know, on the set. Everyone wants to do well for him, which is really, really good, and he gets things done. If he wants something done, people are very, you know, keen to make sure that happens. So, yeah, he's great because he combines amiability with tyranny.
Director's the sort of the top of a kind of pyramid of people, and it's eventually his taste. So obviously there's some totalitarianism in it, but at least in a totalitarian state, you know where you are.
I could barely breathe in the same country as him. The hate I have from him is so intense that I can live no other way than living close at hand, waiting for the opportunity for an accident to happen, so that he dies.
I think I...
Don't you trouble yourself, Mrs. Foxman. I'll get him to come right up to your room and give you a good thorough seeing to.
It's wonderful. It's wonderful because they are so brilliant. And, you know, it's the quickness of the mind.
No, he's a darling. No one understands me as much as Aid. He's been my best friend since 1975. 25 years. This is our kind of 25th anniversary film.
I first met Rick. He was getting off a bus in front of me at Manchester University, and we'd both just arrived there at in the same term, in the same department. He got off the bus in front of me with his very long hair and a number 6 cigarette. I thought, what a tosser. And 25 years later, I've been proved completely right.
I didn't know what to expect, really. It's just that Aid, he has hobbies such as doing complicated mechanical things. He just likes messing about with engines and stuff like that. Whereas I've always been the kind of shouty, lardy one. He goes, oh, darling, oh, yes, that's me. And he's the kind of the husband of the relationship, as it were. So he likes the detail. He should have, if he'd been born a generation before, when Operation Barbarossa was the Nazi invasion of Russia, which, yes, they were very strict people, the Nazis, it's true, but it fell apart through lack of strict organisation, which is why it would have been a success. If Aid had been von Paulus at Stalingrad, they would have won that battle because nothing goes wrong under Eddie. It's held in such a tight, practical Nazi grip.
Rick was unable to learn his words properly, so a little correction was in order.
There's not going to be a mistake. People are shot as examples, yes, taken out and made to dig their own ditch and then shot in the back of the head. It just keeps people on their toes, it keeps the happy crew going. Anyone who's not happy gets castrated.
One cannot make a film without discipline.
Well, everybody Everybody's got a car except the producer. Not only do you have to defer your fees, but you have to come on your bike as well. Brilliant.
I always insist on little haute continue straight after lunch.
It's a little-known fact that my dear best friend Adrian is sunbathing over there, and I've just written a very good scene where he gets run over, which means that at last I've managed to kill the director.
We had the idea before Star Wars, but we didn't have enough red felt tip pen to fill in the bits.
But luckily, I had the fabulously beautiful, the most beautiful woman in Europe, apart from Barbara Mayle, and Rosie Mayle, and Bonnie Mayle. So she's the fourth most beautiful woman in Europe, Hélène Mathieu.
I am Gina Carbonara.
Gina Carbonara, the famous Italian film star and love object. God blimey, wait till Richie hears about this!
I just got the name, and then they said, do you want to audition for the part of Gina Carbonara? I said, that's a funny name, okay, I'll do it.
Carbonara, the Italian film star who failed to turn up for her wedding yesterday, much to the dismay of her intended husband, the Italian playboy, ex-racing driver, Gino Giuseppe.
She is an Italian film star, and she's had a terrible thing happen into her life. It's very sad. Love relationship is, they can be difficult. So she suddenly ends up in this, terrible hotel, the worst hotel in the world, probably.
And here's your key. It's room 5, first floor, end of the corridor. And I shall bring your luggage up directly. Mice. Basque separatist mice.
Well, she sees them as charming men. They're a bit odd. They're a bit, different, but they're so helpful and charming to her. They're sweet, really, and I think they're mad. Yes, lightly grilled fish and a salad. That would be perfect.
Lightly grilled fish and a salad. Righty-ho. I'll have that up to you in a jiffy.
And, would it offend you if I ate it naked?
What?
Yes, I would like to have it undressed. Well, I don't want to cause a fuss in the kitchen. Really, really, they're fantastic to work with. Very professional, but very, very, very funny. It's very hard to keep serious when you're doing a take with them. Very hard.
Oh, c'est les bollocks.
C'est les bollocks.
Montrez-moi les bollocks.
C'est les bollocks or c'est bollocks? It's a question of, we're now going to find out if it's, this lip is bollocks or whether it's the bollocks. It's very delicate. We're working with French.
Very delicate bollocks.
And I think I'm pretty lucky because there are not many, so, so crazy, but as well, at the same time, so well constructed, there's a link to everything, so I like that. So it's mad, but it makes sense in it. There is a logic in the madness.
Are we? All right.
This is like that. So nipple ring out.
Nipple ring out there. Aye, aye, aye.
Here we go, special effects.
I'll just have a bit of padding.
Yeah.
Bit of a feel up more like. You right, Simon?
Yes, of course I'm all right.
Stand by to shoot, please. You can feel it. That's it, is it?
Bang.
How's that? Is that her? Bang.
Well, it was bizarrely relaxing in a way, because I was on this kind of rig in bed, and the rig was moulded to my body, so I was totally comfortable. And of course the nipple was prosthetic.
Oh, he has got a tight grip on it.
And so all the business with the ring was obviously fake, so I just lay there and let it, and got hoisted around. And I actually fell asleep a couple of times on set because I was quite comfortable, so...
You're going to have to help me out on this, Eddie. Right, you are, me old mucker. You got a whopper there, Rich. Oh, why, thank you, Eddie. Must be all the excitement. Oh.
He's, you know, he's a nice guy, but not a winner, really. Just a coper, I think.
Are you sure this is the right place?
It doesn't look very nice. It's right next to a nuclear power station, Dad.
Well, you know, times are hard, and this is the cheapest hotel in Britain, so we're just gonna have to make the best of it, aren't we? Come on, we're on holiday! Hooray!
Yeah, we sort of come on holiday. It's the cheapest hotel in the whole of the UK, and so we come along and we spend what could possibly be the worst few days of our lives in this hotel, hoping to have a really nice holiday, but it's hell.
There we are. Oh, yes, have a nice day. So, and as we always say at the Guesthouse Paradiso, have fun, don't go in the water if you know what's good for you, and try not to get shit on the sheets.
I keep wanting to ask them questions about stuff I've seen of theirs, you know, over the years, and what happened here, and what, you know, when you did this episode of The Young Ones, what happened there, but I try not to. I have done that.